Hello everyone, welcome back to the second video. And from where we stopped, we talked about variables, we talked about data types, and we introduced what Python is. So you can actually go back to the notes on dev.to account to read or you watch the previous video to catch up. All right, so where we stopped at our task where we talked about creating a personal profile script where you get to print your name, your business name, your location, and your skill and a short message. Um, so I have this in here. I, I think I messed it up. Alright, so back to the notes, not the meeting. Alright, so this is how I solved them. So this is the task. Write a script that prints your full name, business name, location, skill. So on the Python code, I gave a variable called first name, variable called business name, variable called location, variable called skill. Uh, so print out my profile, print out my full name, I added text to it and location. Now for my message, I had to use the app so that I could have um, a very nice and clean. So by running this code, you got to see everything working perfectly. So this code is available on the notes, so you could just go through it and compare them with what you did. And I hope we got. So I'm going to be creating another file for class two. So all the notes. Oh, sorry, this should be class2.py. So class2 dot py. So, all right, so welcome to class 2. So this is going to be an interesting one. So we're going to be working with user data, and this the problem that this solves is that how programs collect information from users and how it work with it. So that's what we're going to be discussing. So by the end, we should be able to understand user input, accepting data, converting input to numbers, performing calculations, and build probably simple real-life interactive programs. So we're going to be understanding inputs. What are inputs? Inputs would the open and closing brackets allows your program to receive information from the user while it's being run. So while running it. So for example, you could see in the example on the notes, it says name inputs. Now, open and closing bracket, we have a string inside and says enter your name. So what happens is that it's going to be assigning whatever the value of this input is to name. So Python pauses and waits for the user. So whatever the user types becomes the string and is stored in the value name. Now, it's very important to understand that input always returns string. So we're going to be trying this example out. So we just put this code and run this code. So I'm going to close this. So enter full name. So name is IGBOJIONU Bojano Chukwudi. Alright, so enter. Uh, so I think I made a mistake. Bojano Chukwudi. So that's fine. Name Bojano is, so I think enter. Okay. Alright, so it's working now. I think I was running the wrong program. So I think I ran the wrong program. It happens. So it's an error. So I click on run. It asks me enter your name, and I need to be sure I'm running the right file. So IGBOJIONU. Yeah, so it's working. Hello, Igbo journey. So you can see it's interactive. It's accepting user inputs from me. So strings versus numbers, very important. Now, when we say age equals to input enter your age, now even if you type 25, Python sees it as a string when you use input. Now, you cannot do maths with strings, so that's very important to know. So you cannot just add, do calculations like 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, you get an error. So that leads us to what we call type conversion. So converting from string to more numbers are very, very important and a very vital step towards your Python journey. So there are a lot of these are very important conversions that you could do: whole numbers, ints, decimals, floats, strings, text. So, for example, I'm going to take this code here. So we bring the code over to VS Code, put the code and we run. Now you see age imputes enter an age. So the I think I'll need to comment out um the first one we did so that we could get it out of the way. So I what is left? Okay, so we're good now. So enter your age. I'm 30. Enter age is equal to, so this sees as, you see it's age plus one, so it sees it as, so but if we take this if we just do age 2 and say is equal to input, and I will call this enter your age, and I will print age 2, and we'll decide to do a math with it. Let's say printing age 2 plus 1, and let's see what happens. So now look, this has the conversion and the second one doesn't have the conversion. So you could see int, this is just plain. So let's run this code. So so enter your age. This is 30, and this was it. This is from the second one. Now enter your age, let's say 40. So get an error. So cannot concatenate strings. So now to convert any others, maybe to float, use the float, use the string. So a practical example is this simple calculator I made. So this simple calculators enters two numbers and converts them and adds them up. So you could just use it to do your simple calculator with it. So, I think I'll just get this off because this will work. So this is our simple calculator. Alright, and so what does it do? Two numbers, one and number two. So the two takes this first and second number, and so it says, and we have a total. To get the total, we say num1 plus num2. Remember, it would ask us to enter number one and number two. So this could be an addition calculator. We could just do this to make it a multiplication calculator. So I could run this code, and it says enter your age, which is coming from the first one. I'll just say 90, and enter your first number. Let's say 2. Enter second number 2. So total is 4. I could just say total multiplied equal to 4. So congratulations, we've made our very first calculator. So now Python is so amazing. It could do basic mathematics. It could do addition, subtraction, multiplication, which I've shown you, division, whole numbers, remainders, and so on and so forth. So a real life example, which I've I put down on the notes. Real life example is product total price. All right. So when you want to make probably an inventory system where you have products and you have prices and quantities and you want to know the total price, so you could actually apply this principle also. So I'm going to just create a new file and call this inventory.py. I have a clean code, and I could just say products takes an input, product name, product takes a float, price takes a float, sorry, and is going to be expecting an input that it will be used, as a price, and quantity also takes an input, but will be converted to an integer. All right. So, and what it's going to be doing is going to take the total. To get the total, we say the price multiplied by the quantity, and it's going to print out the product, and it's going to insert the products from here to see it, and the total is going to insert. So let's run this code. So enter product's name. So call this Wiz. All right. Price per item is $30. Quantity we have 90 in stock. So Wiz and the total cost is right. So congratulations. So for our mini project for this session, you're going to be building a mini POS point of sale system. So now what this will do is going to be, you're going to get the product name, product. You should be able to accept price, accept quantity, and calculate the total amount. Display receipts like output. So you should have a receipt like output. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be doing. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you in video 2. Video 3, sorry.